Dear students, in today's class, we are going to study polyhalogen compounds. So we have completed haloalkanes, haloarenes, and the Grignard reagent. The next one, polyhalogen compound. Consider this organic compound. More than one halogen is present. So if any compound with more than one halogen, we call it as polyhalogen compounds. There are two common polyhalogen compounds. First one, gem dihalide. Example, CH3, CH, Cl2. So gem dihalide represents two halogen will be attached with the same carbon. So this is a head carbon. Head carbon is bonded with two halogen atoms. It is called gem dihalide. We can write common name as well as UPOC name. This is called ethylidene group. We are going to write a common name. First one, this is ethylidene group. Ethylidene chloride, or you can write it as dichloride also. Ethylidene chloride as well as ethylidene dichloride. Next example for gem dihalide is isopropylene chloride. We know that this is isopropyl group. So common name can be written as isopropylene chloride. Head carbon is bonded with two halogen atoms. It is an example of gem dihalide. This is isopropyl group. So common name can be written as isopropylene chloride or else isopropylene dichloride. And what about UPOC name? This is head carbon. Two chlorine atoms attached with head carbon. So second carbon is having two halogen atoms. So 2,2 dichloropropane. This is the longest chain having three carbon atoms. So root word prop, saturated hydrocarbon. So it is propane. 2,2 dichloropropane is a UPOC name. A common name isopropylene chloride or isopropylene dichloride. What about UPOC name of the previous compound? This is ethylidene chloride or ethylidene dichloride. A common name. UPOC name 1,1 dichloroethane or simply dichloroethane. Head carbon attached with two halogen atoms. We will start number 1 from here. So 1,1 dichloroethane. Only two carbon atoms present in the chain. Or simply dichloroethane. So these two are examples of gem dihalides. One more category, vicinal dihalides. The simplest example is ethylene chloride. So CH2 double bond CH2 is ethylene. Due to addition reaction, we have obtained this addition product. The double bond is broken in ethylene molecule. So this is called ethylene chloride or ethylene dichloride. is a common name. What about UPOC name? We have two chlorine atoms attached with two carbon atoms. Vicinal dihalide means two halogen atoms will be attached with adjacent carbon atoms. And UPOC name can be written as 1,2-dichloro ethane. Common name are ethylene chloride or ethylene dichloride. Second example. So two halogen atoms attached with adjacent carbon atoms. Right. So this is an example of vicinal dihalide. This is called isobutyl group. So common name isobutylene chloride. So here bromide. So isobutylene bromide or isobutylene dibromide. This is common name. UPOC name. For writing the UPOC name, we have to select the longest chain. So this is the longest chain. Head carbon. So we have two bromine atoms at adjacent carbon atoms. At first position and second position we have halogen atoms. And we have a substituent methyl. So we have to mention both halogen as well as methyl. In alphabetical order, bromine will be mentioned first. So dibromo. Two bromine atoms present. Dibromo. What is the position? 1 and 2. So 1, 2 dibromo. And we have a substituent methyl. Now methyl group is attached with second carbon, so 2-methyl. In the longest chain we have only 3 carbon atoms, so this is propane. So 1,2-dibromo 2-methyl propane is an example of vicinal dihalide. Its common name is isobutylene bromide or isobutylene dibromide. So these two are polyhalogen compounds. An organic compound with more than one halogen atom is called a polyhalogen compound. There are two types, gem dihalide as well as vicinal dihalide. Next one, preparation of polyhalogen compounds. First we can prepare gem dihalides. For preparing gem dihalide, aldehyde will be treated with phosphorus pentachloride. So during this reaction we will get gem dihalide CH3 CHCl2 with the liberation of POCl3. This is called the phosphonyl chloride. Right. This is gem dihalide 1,1 dichloroethane or simply ethylene chloride or ethylene dichloride. Next method, treating alkynes with hydrogen halide. You can take the simplest alkyne, ethine, common name acetylene, which is treated with hydrogen halide. First, addition reaction will take place, so we will get vinyl chloride. Right. The triple bond will be broken. We will get vinyl chloride. Further addition reaction is proceeded by adding hydrogen chloride. Double bond will be broken. So by addition reaction we will get gem dihalide, ethylene chloride or ethylene dichloride. UPOC name 1,1 dichloroethane. So these two are the preparation methods for preparing gem dihalide. Example, ethylene dichloride. Next we can prepare vicinal dihalides. For that, chlorination is useful. So addition of chlorine with alkene. So we do addition reactions. The double bond will be broken. We will get ethylene chloride or ethylene dichloride. UPOC name 1,2-dichloroethane. Second method, treating glycol with phosphorus pentachloride. You can take ethylene glycol. Simply we call it as glycol. Common name ethylene glycol. UPOC name 1,2 ethane diol or ethane 1,2 diol. Okay. We treat it with phosphorus pentachloride. Both the OH groups will be replaced by chlorine. So we will get vicinal dihalide. 1,2-dichloroethane will be formed along with the liberation of phosphonyl chloride and 2 molecules of hydrogen chloride. So with this preparation of gem dihalides and vicinal dihalides over, next physical properties. Polyhalogen compounds, generally sweet smelling colorless substances. Comparing gem dihalide, vicinal dihalide will have more boiling point. Next we move into chemical properties. Chemical properties of polyhalogen compounds. First one, hydrolysis process. We can do hydrolysis of gem dihalide as well as vicinal dihalide using aqueous potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide salt is dissolved in water. So the base is an aqueous solution. So when we do this, we will get carbonyl compound. First intermediate will be formed. This is unstable in nature. Next, with the liberation of water, we will get acetaldehyde. So gem dihalide is treated with aqueous potassium hydroxide. Finally, it forms aldehyde, acetaldehyde or ethanol. And you can get ketone also. Right? Then what about vicinal dihalide? When vicinal dihalide is treated with aqueous potassium hydroxide, both the halogen atoms will be replaced by OH. So we will get dihydric alcohol. This is an example of dihydric alcohol. Common name ethylene glycol or simply glycol. UPOC name 1,2-ethane diol or ethane 1,2 diol. With this, if we take 2 molecules of potassium hydroxide, 2 molecules of potassium chloride will be liberated. So this is the test to identify the halide. So during this addition of potassium hydroxide with polyhalogen compound, when we get alcohol, it indicates the polyhalogen compound is vicinal dihalide. Instead of this dihydric alcohol, if you are getting aldehyde or ketone, it confirms the presence of gem dihalide. So gem dihalide and vicinal dihalide can be distinguished using this reaction, adding aqueous potassium hydroxide. Second one, dehalogenation process. When you take a polyhalogen compound, the halogen will be removed. This is dehalogenation process. For that we can use zinc dust. So this will leave us salt. Okay, so in the presence of methanol, when zinc dust is added with polyhalogen compound, there will be a liberation of salt, zinc chloride. Remaining we will get alkene. So remaining ethene will be formed, ethene or ethylene. The same product will be obtained when we take vicinal dihalide also. Zinc chloride will be liberated. Remaining ethene will be formed. So this is second chemical property. Third chemical property, treating polyhalogen compounds with alcoholic potassium hydroxide. So this is 1,1 dichloroethane. CH3, CHCl2. So this is the complete structure of gem dihalide ethylene chloride. We add it with alcoholic potassium hydroxide. When alcoholic potassium hydroxide is added, the process is dehydrohalogenation. So one hydrogen and one halogen will leave. From alpha position, halogen is leaving. From beta position, hydrogen will leave. So this is called an elimination process, dehydrohalogenation process. If one molecule is leaving, we will get alkene. If two molecules are leaving, we will get alkynes. So the product is CH triple bond CH. From alpha position a halogen and a beta position on hydrogen is leaving it. Then one more. From alpha position a halogen and a beta position on hydrogen is leaving. So we will get alkyne. This is acetylene or ethine. The same reaction is possible for vicinal dihalide also. Ethylene chloride with alcoholic potassium hydroxide, there will be dehydrohalogenation process. So we will get ethine. So with the liberation of potassium chloride and water. So with this preparation properties of polyhalogen compound over, the first member is considered here. Preparation properties of first member of gem dihalide. You take methane, one hydrogen is replaced by halogen, we will get methyl chloride. One more hydrogen is replaced by a halogen, we will get methylene chloride. So this is the first member of gem dihalide. So how can we prepare this methylene chloride? Two methods can be adopted. First one, reduction method. So we can reduce chloroform. Chloroform can be reduced using the reducing agent zinc hydrochloric acid. We will get methylene chloride with the liberation of hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride is leaving and one more hydrogen is added. Addition of hydrogen is the reduction process. We get methylene chloride. Instead of zinc hydrochloric acid, we can take metals also, like a nickel, platinum, palladium and so on. So we get the same product, methylene chloride with the liberation of hydrogen chloride. So first preparation method over. Next preparation method is substitution reaction. So we have already studied this in 13th lesson. When we do halogenation process, this is following free radical substitution mechanism. So when halogen is passed with alkane, you can pass chlorine with methane in the presence of sunlight. There will be substitution reaction. The mechanism is free radical substitution mechanism. So we will get methyl chloride with the liberation of hydrogen chloride. The methyl chloride is involving in substitution again. one more hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. Okay, so we will get methylene chloride. So in today's class we have completed gem dihalides, vicinal dihalides. The specific example of gem dihalide, methylene chloride. So all the preparation properties we have completed. We just go through the uses of the compounds. And tomorrow we will complete this lesson. Remaining we have two concepts alone, tri as well as tetrahaloalkanes. Thank you.